From WSMV-TV Channel 4, this is More at Midday.
Good afternoon, folks, on this Wednesday, and welcome to More at Midday. I'm Holly Thompson. Ever want to know the secret to a great steak? Well, you're in luck, because today we are sharing grilling tips from the folks at Steakout Nashville. They are also showing us how to make a delicious basting sauce. It's a perfect marinade for any meaty dish you're ready to cook up. We have Don Hartley over there already busy in the kitchen. Don, how you doing?
Good morning. Glad to be on Channel 4.
Glad to have you with us today. We're going to have fun this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. All right, though, to many grill lovers out there, there's nothing worse than a bland, dry, overcooked steak. So fortunately, the folks at Steakout have a cure for that. We have Grill Master Don Hartley here with a recipe for a great tasting marinade and some helpful cookout tips. Don, welcome to Midday.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you with us today. All right, we're going to be running through a lot of real important information, some great tips for folks when it comes to grilling in just a second. But first, we're going to walk them through this fabulous marinade. How important is a marinade for a steak? Some sort of basting sauce?
I feel like the basting sauce actually gives it that extra little flavor at the end. I'm not really a big fan of a marinade.
A true marinade, right.
A true marinade. I'm more of a fan of a basting sauce. It keeps it moist, keeps it from sticking to the grill, and it also helps you get your grill marks.
Right. All right, and it makes it that much tastier,
Absolutely.
huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's run through what are the ingredients that we're going to need.
Today what we're going to use is a soy sauce.
Okay.
Your favorite brand, whatever it is.
That is. Now, how much do we, 1 cup?
1 cup of soy sauce.
All right.
We put 4 tablespoons of olive oil.
Okay.
We use ground pepper. I like ground black pepper.
Okay. You think that's much better than just the regular?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll use 1 clove of garlic.
All right.
And we'll also use a dash of red pepper.
Okay.
And I'll also add some sweet onions.
Sweet onions.
But you can add whatever you like. Ginger root is good if it's a salmon dish.
Right.
You can also add port wine for a more robust flavor to your steak.
Okay.
So it's going to be fun.
Okay. Now, so what do we do? Are we just going to mix this in a bowl?
Yes, we'll mix it right in this.
Okay. So how much are we doing with the pepper, by the way?
Okay. We are doing it with the pepper. We're putting 2 teaspoons of coarse pepper,
okay,
4 tablespoons of olive oil, a dash of red pepper, 1 clove of garlic,
okay,
and we're going to do some chopped Valdez onion.
Now, how much of the onion? You want to go ahead and get that ready to go?
Sure.
And then we just, what? We're going to pour it all into here?
We'll pour it in there.
Okay.
Then what I do is I leave it overnight.
Okay.
It adds a great flavor to it.
I think we've got another, just, you know, due to our television time, then we're also going to have a product where we're going to kind of show what you do already in steps, because we've got our finished look right over here. That's our steak. And ideally, how many times are we basting it? How long is the basting sauce actually sitting on it?
I never baste raw meat.
Okay.
You grill it first, spray your grill with oil, put your steak on, or your chicken or your salmon, whatever you cook it, and once you turn it, you may baste it. And baste it again when you turn it.
Okay.
And just before it comes off the grill, you baste it 1 more time.
Got it.
So I only baste 3 times.
3 key times. Okay. Now, are we cutting up how much of the onion? So the whole thing, just a little bit of it?
That's to flavor. No, not the whole thing. Okay. I do about 1/4 of a cup of chopped onion.
All right. Really kind of depends, I guess, if you really love that oniony flavor.
Right. And I use sweet onion. I think sweet onion adds a great flavor to it. So
okay.
We'll go ahead
and put the sweet onion. So we're just going to dump it all in here. We're going to keep it, mess-free. All right. The fewer dishes, the better. That's always the case in my kitchen, I know.
I'll do 1 clove of garlic.
Okay, so we're going to crush that up. And then that fresh, it's always better if it's fresh. I guess if you couldn't do fresh, you could, you know, if you had just the minced, that would work too. That's just going to go right in there. And then, what really is this doing to the steak as we're cooking it? Why is this so key?
Well, it helps to maintain the juices. You lose so many juices. The biggest mistake people make, and I'm going to add the olive oil, the biggest mistake people make is overcooking.
Right.
And turning their steak too much. You really shouldn't have to turn it, but 2 times.
And we've shared this before, but this is something that I always do because I wanted to make sure that it's cooked correctly. See, I always end up cutting it right in the middle, which is what they say never to do, because I want to make sure that it's done, that it's cooked to the appropriateness. And so I'm looking, instead of doing the thermometer like you're supposed to do, I'm just checking the inner. But when you do that and you slice it open, that's when the juices escape.
Exactly.
Right.
And if you have to cut open, if you feel comfortable cutting open, cut in a grill mark. You'll never see it.
So just follow the marks. All right, so we're just going to stir that up.
And that's ready.
Okay. And then this is just going to be kind of brushed on. Now, do we have this cranking over here? What do we need to know about our steak?
I'm going to crank it right now.
Okay.
So,
and this thing's going to heat up really quickly.
We'll put it on high.
Now, what do we need to know about our meat?
Okay. It's the first thing you consider is safety. Sanitation, sanitize everything.
Right.
You can just use 1 cap full of Clorox with a gallon of bleach, is which I did.
Okay.
Second thing
of
is
Clorox. Okay.
Exactly, per gallon of water.
Okay.
And you can clean. It's great this time of year with flu season, but it's a #1 priority is sanitation. Number 2 is safety. I always keep water by.
Oh.
Well, we're not going to use any water just in case we have a flame up.
Okay.
If you're homebound or you don't have an outside grill, gas or charcoal, these pans are great with the ridges in
the little grooves.
Okay? Never fill it with oil. You just want the oil to set inside the valleys.
Okay.
Okay? And we're going to get this good and hot.
Okay.
And I see you've already got it on, thank you.
Yeah. So that's going to be heating up. And then we're just going to put the steak on there. How long on each side? What do you ideally say? Because you're basting at the same time.
I prefer medium rare
Okay.
steaks. And so it depends on the temperature. You want it to seal it as quickly as possible.
Right.
And that helps maintain the flavor as well. And it usually takes about, in your house, it'll take about 5 minutes per side if you're using gas.
Right.
Electricity is a little longer.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and have you throw one of those
Okay.
steaks on there,
We'll do it.
and you're going to stick around because we're going to show you our finished product and throw in a couple more tips for you towards the end. But Steakout Nashville is located at 2260 Lebanon Road. Give them a call at 399-9400. And for today's recipe and grilling tips and a link to the Steakout website, just log on to WSMV.com and then click on the More at Midday section. All right, still to come, we're going to have details on Nashville's first sanctioned barbecue competition. But first, a look at Family Feuds. It's going to be fun. How to eat.